Okay, so let's move to our new chapter, and that is interesting lesson. So we'll do a lot of practicals. We discussed actually this. We have already discussed this lesson. I didn't mention the topic, but I have discussed. Especially, we have learned how to create a solar system, alternative solar system. So we learn about that, right? Okay. Light and vision. So light has very close association with vision, because what we see in the world, how we see is due to the reflection and refraction. So different things are there. So that is how we see the world. The vision is directly affected by light. So that is why sometimes, so in the night, we are not much sensitive when it is night, but when it is in the daytime, we are really right. We can see the things very well, but we are not that much sensitive in night time. We can see, but especially we cannot see the colors, but we can see like light sources, maybe objects in the sky. We can see the things with the light we can see, but normally we cannot see the environment when it is night. Right? During daytime, we can see clearly here, you can see, but when we switch lights to see them at night. So if you want to see those things, you have to turn on the light, right? If we close our eyes, we cannot see anything, even during the daytime or at the night time with lights on. So when we close the eyes, so what will happen? We will not get any preview into our eyes. Therefore, we cannot see the things. Even in daytime, even with the light, we will not be able to see. So it has very close association. So light should go through your eyes in order to you to see the world. Right. So this is activity 5.1. So you have to use a cardboard box with a lid. Actually, if you don't have a lid, you can create a lid, right? පියනක් සහිතව ගන්න එක තමයි හොඳ. පියනක් නැත්නම් පියනක් හදා ගන්න ඕන. Right? So then you have to create 2 holes, right? So a torch and small object which can be kept inside the box, a dice, flower, etc. So something that you can see, something that you can keep inside the box, and you have to create 2 holes in this, one in the lid, that is large hole, another small hole in the side. Right here, this is the method. Cut the hole at the center, the lid in size of 50-cent coin. So this is small one, maybe like 1 centimeter size hole. So then another small hole you have to keep here. So what we are going to do now? Now keep the small object in the middle of the box and close the lid. Then close the hole on the top of the lid with the 1 rupee coin, right? What you have to do is you have to close this hole. So then this will become, so then light will not come into the box. Actually, there is a small hole. Through that light can go in, but that is not enough. So you have to observe. So what do you think? Will you be able to see the object inside? But if you close this hole temporarily using 1 rupee coin, will you be able to see the object which is inside?
No, sir.
Hey, the ඔයගොල්ලන්ට object එක මේ උඩ තියෙන පියනේ තියෙන සිදුරක් තියෙන සිදුර වහලා මෙතනින් බැලුවොත් පේයිද?
No, sir.
Yes, it's maybe you can see, but it's not very clear. The reason is, so not enough light inside the box. It is dark and not enough light. Therefore, you will not be able to see that clearly. Right? So first observe through the hole at the side of the box. Now, then you have to ask your friends to look into. So what will happen? Now take away the coin, direct light and light of the torch through the hole. Now take away the coin and direct light through the torch. Direct light of torch through the hole. So you have to provide a light source. Maybe you can put an LED, or you can put a light using a torch. Now you can see the object. The reason, it's very clear, because when it is dark, you will not be able to see the object, but when there's light, you will see object very clearly, right? So that is the idea. So that is the idea that you can get through this experiment. When light presents, you can see the things. But when light is not present, so you will not be able to see the things, or the things will be, or the things that you can see will be dark. So that is the, okay. So then, right, this is another experiment. So what you have to do is you have to go to a light source, but maybe you can turn on bulb in your home and unfold your hand and see the lines on your palm. So you can see there are lines in the palms. But so you have to observe that with having very good light source. Then what you have to do is you have to close your eyes and keep hands unchanged. Can you see the same? Normally not. When you close your eyes again, so what will happen? So when you close your eyes, so preview will not come to your eyes. Therefore, you will not be able to see even hands are there, even light is there, even hands are there. If you close your eyes, right? If you close your eyes, that will not go, the preview will not go to your eyes. Therefore, you will not be able to see that. So let's analyze this first. So I'll give you small interactive one, animadrafts.com, and there you can see how human eye works. So let's see that first. There was an animation. Okay, here, how human eye works. So let's see this and try to understand the underlying science behind this. So here I have sent you the link, please load it. I have sent you the link, please load it. So it might take little time because this is like 3D animation. Therefore, in order to load, it will take some more time. And you can see a closer view of your eye and as well as the internal structure of your eye. So this is what you can see from the front. Cornea is there, then the iris. So iris is what covers this small, there is a small hole that is called pupil, and covering that, like surrounding that, you have iris. Iris is a unique, right? Iris is a unique feature where your iris is not similar to my iris. It has uniqueness, therefore it is used in computing to authenticate as authentication mechanism. Fingerprint plugin. As a fingerprint, it is used, iris, because iris is, some people believe iris is even better than the fingerprint. Fingerprint එකකට වඩා unique කියලා හිතනවා. Fingerprint උත් බොහොම කලාතුරකින් සමාන වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි iris එක එහෙමවත් සමාන වෙන්න බෑ කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. So iris is that much unique. Iris කියන එක ඔයාලා දැකලා ඇති නේද photos වල? ලස්සනට තියෙන්නේ. කළු බෝලේ කියන්නේ අපි. Iris. Here. So I think you have seen this is a unique. එක unique එක කෙනාට වෙනස්. මෙන්න මේක. There's something called iris flower, and I mean this iris, right? This iris is unique from person to person. හරි මේ වටේ තියෙන්නේ ලා පාට එක. ඒක තමයි iris එක. මැද තියෙන pupil එක කළු බෝලයක් වගේ තියෙන්නේ. එයාගෙන් ඇතුළට light එක යනවා. ඒකෙන් ඇතුළට light එක යන්න තමයි එක තියෙන්නේ. lens එකේ. Okay, this one, pupil. And cornea, which is covering the eyes. And then you have anterior chamber is actually filled with, right? Filled with, it's watery, basically filled with the watery flood. So that is why, right, when your eyes are really dry, so it feels really hard to see. And when you open and close, so when you blink your eyes, so what will happen? It will keep your eye it provide the nutrition as well as, in order to provide the eye wet, you need to blink your eyes regularly. Otherwise, your eye will become dry. Actually, this anterior chamber. So it's very important to keep this area wet. So that is providing the functionality. Anyway, light goes through this pupil, will then go and create a preview in retina. Here, this area, this is called retina. Right? So it will go and create preview there. Right? Then what will happen? So let's see the preview, right? Let's see the preview. Okay, now you can see there is a leaf. On a leaf එකක් තියෙනවා. And can see the iris and pupil. So he's moving front and actually they are moving this leaf back and forth. ළඟට අරන් යනවා, ඈතට අරන් යනවා. අපි බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා එතකොට. Actually, light will go through the cornea and through the iris. Right? Then, so what will happen? There is a lens. This lens, so when there's a lens, especially this is convergence one. So it will converge the preview and create mirrored preview in your eye. So basically this is a mirrored copy. Mirrored මේක අනිත් පැත්ත හැරලා තමයි මොකද එක කාචයනේ තියෙන්නේ පුතේ. කාචයකින් බලලා තියෙනවා නම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා අත් කාචයකින් උනත් මේක අනිත් පැත්ත හැරෙනවා. මේකෙන් එන preview එක අනිත් පැත්ත හැරලා තමයි පේන්නේ. So you'll get the inverted one, flipped one. But your brain will understand that with the correct side, right? So what will happen? Actually, this optical nerve will send the message to brain. Optical nerve that will send the message. So still we have not learned this lesson. We will learn this in future. There is a nerve system. ස්නායු පද්ධතියක් තියෙනවා. ස්නායු system වලින් හැදිච්ච ස්නායු අන්ත තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. එයාලා කියනවා මෙහෙම පින්තූරයක් මට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා කියලා. ඒක යවනවා මොලේට. මොලේ මොකද කරන්නේ? What brain will do? Brain will එයා කල්පනා කරලා බලනවා කලින් මම මේකක් දැකලා තියෙනවාද? දැන් කලින් මේක කවුරුහරි මුල්ම වතාවට දැන් චූටි බබෙක් කියමු චූටි බබෙන් මේ කොලයක් දැක්කට කොලයක් කියලා දන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද brain එකේ ඒ විස්තර නැහැ. හැබැයි ඔයාලා දකින්නකොට brain එකේ ওই විස්තර ටික තියෙනවා. මොකද කලින් ඔයාලා මේක දැකලා තියෙනවා කවුරු හරි පෙන්නලා තියෙනවා.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Vijay.
So I have sent you a link. It is about the floaty things in our eyes into the WhatsApp group.
Into WhatsApp group, okay. So what is that? So what are those floaty things in your eyes? Yes, that is good, right? So good that whether you have good that you have explored these things. Right, this is a video. Okay, she had shared you a video. I'll show that as well. But before that, let's go through this. So when there is a recognizable preview, your brain will recognize through its system, right? So when this leaf is too closer, you will get a blurry shape. But when it is in considerable distance, you will get the correct preview. Otherwise, you will get blurred one. So this can be make it up to all the pulanga panak karagin chuti kale karani. Panak karagin ahal anga tarangin di mokada wen. When it is closer to your eyes, what will happen? Take a pen, right? You can do it now itself. Panak karagin ahe managanne pan. Panak karagin ahal anga tarangin mokada wen.
The things around us will be blurred.
Yes, pen will. So if you are looking at the pen, you can see blurred preview of pen. Pen ara bonda veccha pinturak thama pen ne donodadi langata aw balanna ඇඟිල්ල තියන්න පුළුවන් පෑනක් වෙනකොට. ඇඟිල්ල දිහා බලාගෙන ළඟට ගන්න. ගොඩාක් ළඟට ආවම අපිට ඇඟිල්ල පේන්නේ නැහැ නේද? බොඳ වෙනවා. We will get a blurry preview, right? So why it is happening? ඇයි ඒක එහෙම වෙන්නේ? ඒක එහෙම වෙන්න හේතුව තමයි, right? So the reason for that to happen, because you can see make lights බලන්න, මේ light waves ටික යන්නේ කොහෙටද? මේ light waves ටික හරියට focus වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Focus වෙන්නේ නැතුව ඔහේ යනවා. එහෙනම් තමයි මෙහෙම පේන්නේ. But when it is focused, proper distance, when it is focused, you can see the preview, but you can see upside down one. And this is another example that you can try. This is called pinhole. Pinhole is a very small hole, right? Very small hole. It will allow only a single light, right? Single light angle to go through, right? Only few rays to go through this, and then it will be creating a preview. You can do that using the box. Ara box එකෙන්ම කරන්න පුළුවන්. Pinhole කියලා අපි කියන්නේ. So have you seen pinhole cameras? Have you seen pinhole cameras? ඒකට lens එකක් නැහැ. Lens එකක් නැත්නම් චූටි සිදුරක් තියෙනවා. Have you seen pinhole cameras? So these cameras are very tiny, right? So let me show. These cameras are really tiny. ඒවා පේන්නේ නැති තරම් චූටි. ඒ හින්දා ඒවා තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. These pinhole cameras can be there in various equipments පුතේ. මේ තියෙන pinhole camera එකක් වැඩ කරන හැටි. Right? පුංචි hall එකක් තිබ්බම මේ ඉටිපන්දමක උනත් ඔයාලට preview එකක් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. අර වගේ box එකක් හදාන්න ඕන. box එකක් හදලා ඉවර වෙලා චූටි සිදුරක් හදාන්න ඕන. You have to create a small hole. Right? That will create a preview the other side. Can't make අපිට පුළුවන් tissue කොලයක් මේ පැත්තේ තියන්න. එතන මේ tissue කොලෙන් අපිට බලන්න පුළුවන් මේකේ preview එක අනිත් පැත්තට වැටලා පේනවා. ඉතින් මේක වෙනකොට මේක කැමරාවක් විදිහට පාවිච්චි කරනවා. You can capture this image. You see in a camera, you can capture this image. Right? So that is what the pinhole camera. එතකොට ඒක නැතුව අපි බලමු pinhole camera තියෙන්න පුළුවන් දැන්. So these are some pinhole cameras. Pinhole cameras. So it can be there in a pen. පෑනක තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේ තියෙන. බලන්න අපි මේ ලියන පෑනක චූටි උඩ තියෙන්න පුළුවන් pinhole camera එකක් place කරන්න පුළුවන්. That can be there in a button. බොත්තමක තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. That can be there in a button of your shirt. Shirt එකේ මේ තියෙන බොත්තමක button එක තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. You can see that is a pinhole camera. How tiny this is? Ne? How tiny these cameras are. Pinhole camera can be there in spectacles. Pinhole camera can be there in spectacles. Right? There may kannadi දෙක මැද්දේ නැත්නම් කොනේ තියෙන spectacles. Pinhole camera can be there in a ring. Ring එක තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right here. The pinhole camera can be there in a ring. And pinhole camera can be there in this kind of screw. The screw එකක් මැද්දේ තියෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. So I understand how the pinhole cameras, right? That is a very small camera, right? You can also create your own version of pinhole camera. Right, now let's move to the one that's sent by your friend. Okay. Okay, so this is this video I'll be sharing to you. You can also watch, right? So this is like so the floating things in the eyes. So the interesting animated video. Okay, I have shared to everyone in the Zoom chat. You can also watch that video, right? Okay, right? Sources of lights. So there are different like sources of light. It can be from sun, it can be from bulbs, it can be from candles, it can be from light, it can be from stars, moon. There are a lot of light sources that you can see around you. And so there are two kinds of objects that you can see. So some are luminous objects and some are non-luminous objects. Right. So how this happen? How some objects are luminous and how some objects are non-luminous, right? If some source emit light, yeah, light එක නිකුත් කරනවා නම් mostly you can see that as a luminous object, or it can transmit the light, right? So the objects which can produce their own light is called luminous object. දීප්ත වස්තු කියලා අපි කියනවා. නැත්නම් එයාලට පුළුවන් එයාලා විසින්ම ආලෝකයක් හදාගන්න. So have you seen some animals are also doing this, right? Have you seen? කවුද එහෙම කරන්නේ? Yes. So there are a lot of animals, right? Yes. So not just that, there are a lot. So just go and search, right? You can find a lot of examples. So we knew a few. We knew a few that we have seen, but in the world there are a lot, right? Even some fishes, right? So they can emit light. So fish, so how come it? So you can go and search. There are some animals, right? There are some animals who can produce light. Then here you can see. So mushrooms can emit light. Wonderful, right? Here firefly. Firefly is, that is what I think you said. Firefly is one common animal, actually insect. It can also emit light. And light emitting mushrooms. And there are light emitting fishes, right? Likewise, there are different things in the world, living things in the world. Some plants emit light, right? Some plants emit light. Even some ocean. So ocean water can emit light, right? This is wonderful. I think I have seen this video in Discovery. Not sure this is there in YouTube. Light emitting water in ocean. So there are such. So I cannot remember. Yes, this one. Can you see? Because of this, this happened because of one algae. And here you can see. So this ocean is luminous. So you can see these 11 sparkling places actually on the earth. So just go and see. So this is bioluminescent ocean, right? So in the night, if you get a chance to swim in this water, so especially when you touch the water, it illuminates. it emits lights. So these are nice things in the nature you can see because of some algae that has happened. So there are some other reasons also. Just go and search. Right? So there are lot of luminous things. We know about very few, right? We know about sun, we know about stars, moon, lights, candles, yes, but in the world there are many luminous objects. So most of the objects that we see, right? So most of the objects that we can see in the world are non-luminous objects. They cannot produce light by their own. To get a vision of such object, a light ray of luminous object must fall on it. Otherwise, it won't be visible. යාලව පේන්නේ අපිට මේ non-luminous අය. මේ non-luminous අයට luminous අයගෙන් එළිය හම්බුනාම තමයි පේන්නේ. එතකොට වැඩිපුර ඉන්න ඕන ලෝකේ කවුද? luminous අය. මොකද අනිත් අය පේන්නේ නැහැ. How we can see others because of these luminous objects. Luminous objects emit light. That light will be retransmitted. Or that light will be reflected by non-luminous objects, and that is how we can see the non-luminous objects. එහෙම තමයි අපිට non-luminous objects පේන්නේ. Right? So there are different type of objects. Some objects can transmit light, means transparent. Some objects will reflect lights. Some can fully reflect, some can partially reflect. So let me show this using one more example. So please keep this one bookmark. And other than that, I would like to show you another example that you can try this week as a practical. So let me go to this website. Okay, let's do the experiment with me. I'll take light source as well as water tub, right? That is why I said that you can also do this experiment at home. You can take a torch or LED light, some light source with, that's my experiment. Let's see it here. Yeah, sure. This one. Okay, to understand the refraction and reflection, so please try this at home. I have sent you the link. And let me send the next link, this one as well. Please bookmark this. Keep this link with you. And then go to the introduction. Okay, here there's a light source, right? Let's think this as a water tub. You can use a transparent water beaker, water bottle, or water basin even. Doesn't matter. You can see this is like a torch. When this light comes to the, so when the light is put into the water. So this is air, this layer is air, right? මෙතන තියෙන්නේ වාතය. අපි දන්න වායුගෝලයනේ. මෙතන තියෙන්නේ water කියලා හිතන්නකෝ වතුර. ඉස්සෙල්ලාම ඔයාලා light එක මෙහෙම කෙලින් අල්ලන්න. First of all, please put this light straight away and check whether, එතකොට මේක transparent නම් you can check whether where the light source, මේ light එකේ patch එකක් වැටෙනවනේ, රවුමක් මෙහෙම වැටෙනකොට ඒ රවුම ගිහලා පතුලේ වැටෙනවා. So please use a marker pen and mark the location. Then slowly angle this. පොඩ මේක angle කරන්න ඊට පස්සේ. මේ චුට්ටක් මෙහෙම angle කරලා බලන්න. Then see, right? ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාලට මේක කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. Okay. Make a පොඩ මෙහෙම angle කරලා බලන්න. Please make angle and ඊට පස්සේ so what you have to do is you have to put a ruler. Ruler එකක් තියන්න මෙහෙම. And please measure that the ruler එක කෙලින් තිබ්බම if it is going straight away it should direct or it should spot somewhere here. මෙතනට එන්න ඕන spot වෙන්න ඕන මේක. දැන් මෙතන spotlight එකක් දෙන torch එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න. කෙලින්ම තිබ්බනම් මෙතනට එන්න ඕන. But you can see there's an angle. ඔයාලට පේනවා ඇති වැටෙන්න ඕන මෙතනට but there will be small angle. Right? So please do this experiment. So you can use the simulation also and tilt more. තව පොඩ්ඩක් angle කරලා බලන්න. දැන් light එක යන්න ඕන හරි පාර නම් මේක මෙහෙම ගියා නම් මෙතනටනේ වැටෙන්න ඕන. But it is spotting, it is somewhere here. තව චුට්ටක් ඇද වෙලා. So this happens when the light goes to different type of media. Right? First media is air. පළවෙනි media එක air නේ. ඊතර දෙවෙනි media එක මේක. දැන් වතුර පැච් මේකේ light patch එක වැටෙන්නේ මෙතන. හරි තවත් angle කරන්න. තව angle කරන්න. හරි. තව මෙහෙම angle කරලා මෙහෙම angle ම කරලා බලන්න. එක level එකදී පුතේ water patch එක නැති වෙලා යනවා. මෙහෙම මේක වැටෙන්නේ නැහැ. light එක වැටෙන්නේ නැතුව what will happen? It will reflect. මේ අටට පොඩ්ඩයි යන්නේ. හැබැයි it will reflect. ඊට පස්සේ ඔය practical එක චුට්ටක් වෙනස් කරමු. Then you have to put අපි මේකේ උඩයි පල්ලයි මාරු කරමු. That means here you have to put water, උඩට water. යටට එයා හරි යටට එයා. ඔන්න දැනුත් ආයෙ මනින්න පුළුවන්. දැන් මේ වතුර ඇතුලේ දැන් වතුරට ටෝච් එක දාන්න එපා. එහෙම නැතුව වතුරට ගොඩාක් ළඟින් ටෝච් එක අල්ලන්න. Right? Don't put this into the water. Then again make it tilt. එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ waterproof එකක් නම් කමන්නේ. Waterproof එකක් නම් අපිට දාන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් bag එකකට දාලා දාන්න පුළුවන්. We can use a shopping bag and then put this, right? Put the light. එතකොට again you have to do something like this. Please tilt it. මේකත් මෙහෙම tilt කර බලන්න. මේකත් angle කරන්න. එක වෙලාවක පේනවා පුතේ වට light එක එන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් එන්නේ නැහැ මෙහෙම light එක. නේ light should come. So you expect because light එක දැන් මෙතන තියෙනවා. light එක මෙතන තියෙනවා. So light එක එන්න බෑ මෙහෙම පල්ලයි. හැබැයි ඔයාට පේනවා light එක එන්නේ නැහැ. It's not coming. හැබැයි උඩින් බැලුවොත් if you look at the top you can see the entire light is reflecting back 100%. It's reflecting back. මේක වෙන්නේ උඩ වතුර තිබිලා යට එයා තිබ්බම. Right? So please do that and then you can see the entire light. මුළු light එකම මොකද වෙන්නේ? It's going back. It's going back. That means 100% reflection. 100%ක්ම වතුර ඇතුලේ තියෙන light එක එළියට එන්නේ නැහැ. එළියට ඉගෙන වතුර ඇතුලේ අපි torch එකක් පත්තු කරාට ඒක එළියට එන්නේ නැතුව සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම torch එක උඩට වදිනවා, වහලට වදිනවා. So that can happen. So please do this experiment. This is interesting. So change the sides and see them. වතුරයි මේ තියෙන පැත්ත දෙක මාරු කරන්න first. ඉස්සෙල්ලාම කරන්න ඕනේ මෙහෙම, හරි? ඉස්සෙල්ලාම කරන්න ඕනේ air to water. එතකොට tilt කළා බලන්න මේක reflect වෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ හරියට විතර ගියාම තමයි reflect වෙන්නේ. That is like 100%. So this angle is really low, only it happens. But the tilting, or you can say the change of direction happens. Change of the angle will happen. Then change the side. put water, then put air. Then you can see at some point the entire wave will be reflected. At some point. Reflect. So the total is everything will be reflected. Right? So at this reflection movement, they make a pallahim balang into your part. They make without using light also you can do. Light use කරන්නේ නැතුව අපි මෙහෙම use කරමු මෙතන ඔයාලට ඇඟිල්ලක් දාන්න පුළුවන් නැත්නම් ඔයාලට මොකක් හරි object එකක් දාන්න පුළුවන් අපි හිතමු let's say you are putting some object what a plastic ball නැත්නම් plastic ball එකක් නැත්නම් මොනවා හරි පෑනක් let's say you are putting a pen and you are looking at the pen from different angles. ඔයා මෙතන ඉඳන් බලනවා පෑන දිහා මෙහෙම තියලා පෑන මේ යටින් බලනවා වතුර යටින් පේනවා මේ පෑන මෙතනින් පේනවා ෂෝ දැන් ඔයා තව පොඩ්ඩක් පෑන අද කරලා බලනවා තාමත් මෙතනින් පේනවද ඔව් පේනවා තව චුට්ටක් අද කරලා බලනවා පෑන පේනවද පේනවා තව චුට්ටක් අද කරලා බලනවා පෑන පේනවද ඔව් පෑනේත් පේනවා තව චුට්ටක් පෑන අල කරලා බලනවා දැන් මෙතන ඉඳන් now you cannot see the pen disappeared හරි අර වතුර ඇතුලේ තිබ්බ pen එක දැන් නැහැ it disappeared but don't change the eye or angle එහෙම බලන්න එපා. So try to see. So what has happened to that? What has happened to that? So please do that practical and see. So this clearly shows how it change the angle when it is traveling through two different type of media. වෙනස් වර්ගවල මීඩියා හරහා ගමන් කරද්දී angle එක පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් වෙනවා කියන එක ඔයාලට හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. Sometimes it is fully reflective. Right? So here, so this is another experiment to see the transparency. Right? You have to observe through the wall and different objects you have to put. Black color paper. See whether it transmit lights. Then use decorative glass. See whether it goes through. Then check whether the thin piece of glass. So likewise, different materials. Then you can see, put a water bag and see which send the lights better. But you are looking at straight away, right? No angles. Because if you angle, that previously shown scenario can happen. Therefore, you are looking straight away. Okay, so right, this is the liquid example, but liquid example I'll keep it for the next day, as we have already discussed one liquid example there. This one I'll be discussing next day. So just to see the translucent and transparent and translucent object, just to identify that. And that part I'll do next day. And opaque object. Opaque objects means the objects which are not sending or transmitting light. Some object what about our skin? Is it transparent or not? Skin? What do you think? Our skin, is it transparent or not? Ape hama. Is it transparent? Or fully opaque? Api haraha aloke yanawada nadda? Are we transparent or fully opaque?
Transparent.
ඔයාට පුළුවන් අතක් තියලා බලන්න. බලලා තියෙනවද අර ටෝච් එකට අත තියලා බැලුවම රතු පාට වෙන්නේ? ටෝච් එක අතින් වහලා උඩින් බැලුවම රතු පාට වෙනව පේනවද? දැකලා තියෙනවද?
Yes sir.
Right, okay. So that means we are not fully opaque. අපි fully opaque නෑ. 100%ක්ම අපිට ආලෝකය වළක්වන්න බෑ. If it is a powerful light, it can go through our skin. If light is powerful enough, yes, it can go through our skin, but අපේ skin එකෙන් යන්නේ තාම චූටි ප්‍රමාණයක්. It's not a big amount, right? It's very small amount will be transmitted through our skin. Right here. So let me show light through human skin. Right? So not 100%, but some amount of light can go through our skin. So, but this visible light can go a little. Visible light, but there are powerful rays like X-ray. So that is also coming under this electromagnetic spectrum, we will learn. So rays like X-ray can go through our body. X-ray light. X-ray is also a light. Only thing is it's not visible to us. Right? So there are some invisible lights which can go through our body. Right? Normally our skin is sensitive to light. You can see here. Here. So if it is a powerful light, yes, it can travel through the skin certain amount, not 100%, because like we are not a transparent objects. No, we are not transparent objects. So we are not fully transparent, but we are not fully opaque too. Transparent opaque. Okay, so let's learn this opaque, transparent, that part next day, and also about the focusing light and the straight light. So we have to do a lot of experiments. And so here, you can see how light is tilted. And so then different, yes, there are a lot of experiments. I'll be discussing these experiments with related videos next day, right? So this is, yes, we can finish this lesson next day, Pute. This is very small lesson since we have already learned some concepts. I'll be finishing this next day, but so please be ready with the practicals, because these practicals are easy to do practicals. And also please test the one that I have said, that bending light experiment. Please do that using a torch. Then good night. See you all next week.
Good night.